Hello! Thanks for watching our tutorial on how to increase appointment confirmations in PracticeWeb using the confirmations list. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to manage confirmations for appointments and call patients, track the progress of appointment confirmations, and send confirmation emails, postcards, and texts. Let's get started. It's very important to have an effective appointment confirmation strategy to prevent cancellations and no-shows, which are very costly and disruptive to your practice. The average cancellation rate for practices is 10%, which leads to a lost production of at least $70,000 per year. By using PracticeWeb's confirmations list, you can make sure that your patients show up for their visits at the appointed day and time. The confirmation list in PracticeWeb can be found in the Appointment module. In the upper left corner, you see the List button. When you click on the Appointment List button, you'll see the Confirmations button, second on the left. When you click on that confirmation button, it'll bring up your confirmations list. There are several different ways that you can filter your confirmations list. You can first adjust your date range at the top to make sure that any appointments that you want to contact within those particular days or date range are confirmed. Once you have updated your date range, click the Refresh button at the bottom of your screen. Now you can see any appointments that have appointments scheduled within the date range you've selected. You can also change based on the confirmation status. So if an appointment is already confirmed, you can just change the status here in the upper left corner. When you change it to unconfirmed, then that will give you a list of only your unconfirmed appointments. If you would like to add any custom appointment statuses, you can set that up under the Setup menu and Definitions. Now click on Appointment Confirmed. In this window, you can edit any existing appointment statuses, or you can add your own. The color assignment here shows in the appointment status bubble in the upper right corner of your appointments. You can also choose whether you want to see recall appointments on this list, or if you just want to concentrate on appointments that are other than typical recalls. Anything that is hygiene pre-scheduled will allow you to see any appointments that were made more than 2 months in advance. You can also filter by provider name and by clinic if you have the clinic feature set up. By default, it will show you unassigned. But if you click the drop-down, you can select the clinic you would like to confirm appointments for. If you're going to be calling patients from this list, you can also set the status here to confirmed just by highlighting the patient line, and then select the appropriate set status option. So for an example, if I called this patient here and left a voice message, I could highlight that patient and then click the drop-down for Set Status and select Voice Message. Now if I were to look at my appointment module, I can see that the status has automatically updated here in my appointment view. You can also set the status for multiple patients by making sure that the patients you contacted are highlighted, and then set the status. Now both patients will be updated. If you're calling patients and by chance the patient can no longer make their appointment, you can right-click on the line item and click Send to Pinboard. Now you can drag and drop the appointment from the pinboard to the new date and time that will work for the patient. You can also access the patient's chart module in case they want to review their work prior to the appointment. If you wanted to edit or make notes on an appointment regarding any confirmation attempts, you can double left click on the appointment line, and it'll bring up your Edit Appointment screen. Here, you can add any notes, update or edit procedures, and you can make a communication log regarding any attempts to contact the patient here. Anytime you contact the patient, regardless if you're calling the patient or sending a postcard, email, or text, the communication record is automatically kept in the communication log. Not only can you see this information on the Edit Appointment screen, but you can also see it in the communications log in the patient's account. One thing to note about the confirmations list is that it is non-modal, which means you can minimize the list and continue working on other accounts within PracticeWeb, and then just restore the screen as you need to continue working and making notes. If you would like to use the confirmations list to send mass confirmations, you have three options. You can send postcards, email, or send text messages. Texting is the most effective way to reach and confirm patients. You can find those quick buttons at the bottom of your confirmations list. If you're going to send any postcard reminders, you can customize the message by going to Setup, Appointments, then click on Confirmations. Here, you can customize the on-demand messages for both postcards and emails. Just double left click in the message box for the respective communication type. You can edit any information in this message except the information that can be found in the brackets. Typically, postcards are best suited if you're sending a reminder a month in advance for an appointment. For an example, the pre-scheduled hygiene appointments. Emails are typically sent closer to the actual day of the appointment. At the bottom of this screen, if you email a patient from the confirmation list, you can select the status you want the appointment to change to. Once you've made any changes you want to keep, be sure to click OK. If you're going to send a confirmation postcard from PracticeWeb, first, select the date range for the scheduled appointments that you would like to remind. Then highlight the patients that you would like to print postcards for. You can use the Control key and highlight any patients that may show up below the initial list view. Now, click on Postcard Preview. You can use blank postcards from any supplier, or you can even get dental-themed postcards from companies like Medical Arts Press. When you click in the upper left corner, this will print your postcards for all your selected patients. If you have general reminder postcards that already have a printed message on them, you can do labels only. The label format is designed to print on label sheets. There are two types of emails offered by PracticeWeb: on-demand and automated. The automated emails are a free service with your paid support. Here's an example of the automated email template your patient will receive. If you're going to send the emails on demand, then you can highlight the patients you would like to send emails to. This will send the email message that you can customize under the Setup menu. If anyone is missing an email address, they'll automatically be excluded. But then you can reach out to them by any other communication method. PracticeWeb offers automated and on-demand confirmation texting with PW Connect. If you really want patients to confirm appointments, then texting is your best option. 95% of patients respond to text messages within 3 minutes, That means that your appointments will be confirmed faster. And 96% of adults in America use texting as their primary form of communication. Text messages are 209% more effective than even phone call confirmations because people are less likely to answer a call from an unknown phone number, which means if your patient doesn't recognize your number, they may not answer your confirmation phone call, but they will respond to your text messages. Text messages also have a 60 times faster response rate than emails. So if you really want to confirm your appointments, texting is the best option. With PW Connect, all your confirmation texts go out automatically based on your chosen delivery schedule. They also receive several other text reminders, which are covered in our PW Connect training video. This is what the confirmation texts look like. To set up your automated delivery schedule, just click on the PW Connect button at the top of your Practice Web software to open the PW Connect app. You can click on the triple lines here to expand your menu. The Delivery Schedule tab will allow you to customize when your automated reminders will go out. For this tutorial, we're going to jump to the Confirmations tab. You can have them go out up to 7 days before the appointment, the day before, or 2 to 3 days, all depending on when you would like your patients to confirm. You can also customize your confirmation text messages by clicking on Text Templates. Click on the Customize Automated Text tab. Using the drop-down under the message type, you can select Appointment Confirmation. You can make any changes you want to your confirmation message. Just make sure that you click on Update Template when you're done. As you can see, confirmation texts go out in both English and Spanish, based on the patient's chosen language in the Family module. When a patient replies to your text messages with a C, confirm, or the word confirmed, it will automatically update the appointment status to confirmed. And now your patient can also confirm their appointment by replying with a thumbs up emoji. If your patient replies with anything else other than a confirmation trigger, you'll see that in your Practice Web software at the top of the appointment module. If you click on New Messages, you'll see what the patient's reply is, and you can respond directly from this screen. If a patient doesn't respond to your automated text, you can also send confirmation texts on demand. In your confirmations list, you can use the filter in the upper left to find only unconfirmed appointments. Highlight your patients, then click the text button at the bottom of your list. Any patients that have a cell phone number in the patient info will show up here. If you have a specific message you would like to send your patients, you can choose that message from this drop-down under the text template. This is a great option for sending things like COVID-19 pre-screening forms. If you would like to customize these templates, you can do that in the PW Connect app. Just click on the Customize On-Demand Texts and select Confirmations List from the drop-down section. You can also send an additional confirmation text right from your appointment module. You can click the SMS button on the module toolbar. Here, you can send an additional confirmation to any patients that are unconfirmed. You can send an additional reminder text for all patients. You can even include any mobile forms you want them to complete before their appointment. And you can send any urgent messages in case your office has to reschedule appointments for any reason. Again, if you would like to customize these messages, you can just open your PW Connect and under Customize On-Demand tabs, you can update the additional reminder and additional confirmation templates here. As always, just to make sure that you click the Update Template button, or if you're creating a new template, click Save. This completes our overview of how to manage appointment confirmations in Practice Web. If you have any questions about something that was not covered in this tutorial, please call support at 1-800-845-9379, option 2, or email us at support@practice-web.com.